Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. And off we go from Denver. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield and stand in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 18. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to have to hook up the shorts. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let it pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On the draw is Taylor.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And that is caught by Marshall for a jet touchdown. Terrace Marshall, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bengals drive about to get going. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. They go play action now. Wilson, he'll buy some time right. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a 7th and 8th. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him.
They go play action with Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Kendrick Bourne, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Matt Amendola now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That's complete. Okure-Budam. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Taylor hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Steps away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Wilson. Flushed out right. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he spins past him and into space. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Jackson now. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Play action. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. This is caught. It's Woods. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From the 45 on second down, Wilson. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
First down, Bengals.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
On the return, Andy Isabella. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Isabella now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Pulled in at the 24. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Again on second and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Wilson. Dancing to his left. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 44. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Robert Woods, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. Wilson going to throw for it. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Now a give to Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. The decision to scramble almost got him the first, just short, 9 yards, and it brings up 4th and inches. They'll run here with Robinson. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The fullback dive held up short, and the Bengals will get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Whatever Upton did is just get a fumble recovery. Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. They'll look to run with Taylor. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. From the 29, Wilson flushed out right. He'll dump this off to Sermon, complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to bring up a third down. To throw is Wilson. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On first down, it's Taylor, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Flush to his right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up fourth down.
The kick by Bass is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. On first and 10, it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. It's caught inside the 25. A big connection on that one, 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now Wilson on first down. Forced out to his left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Wilson. Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
On 1st down, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Escaping the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. Being chased out left. Williams brings it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary, and he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 18-yard line. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Jackson on the move to his left. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Bass is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you...
And got his man complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Now right to Bourne. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Airing it out deep for Woods. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Big Sebastian Joseph Day there on the stop. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run once more with Taylor. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, their chances of finishing over 500, they remain alive as they move to